World champ, congrats, man. It's all good.
I can't wait. I can't wait to see y'all. Stacking y'all team up now.
Hey, how you doing? Good to see you. All right.
Is this sort of the Michael Jordan farewell tour?
Be out here with my former teammates, Michael Scottie.
I don't know, but I think that needs to be doing it.
Tonight we're proud to present this check to Scottie Pippen Foundation and Operation Push Excel for $107.
Ready? Now your name and spelling.
My name's Jeff Locke, L-O-C-K-E.
And your title?
I'm the general manager for Ameritech Cellular in Illinois.
Thank you.
And their friends have had a rousing time here at the stadium. We'll have all the details. There's John Starks walking off the floor, and well, you'll get to see them all coming up in just a few minutes right here on WGN News at 9. All I can tell you is you probably heard Michael Jordan talk about being in a zone. Well, he was definitely in that zone tonight. This was like one of the best sandlot basketball games played by professionals that I've ever seen. The fans definitely got their money's worth. They were on their feet for most of the evening. And should I tell you, guess who they came to see? Michael was mobbed as he entered the stadium, a standing ovation as Chicago's #1 hero put down his baseball bat just long enough to bounce a basketball and do what he does best. Earlier, fans crowded outside the stadium waiting for one and only one thing.
I wanted to see Jordan in his last game.
To see Michael, mainly, and Scottie. I'm from St. George, Utah. Traveled a long way to come here tonight.
Back inside, a standing room only crowd filled the Chicago Stadium for the last event before the old venerable building is torn down. Coach Dan Rowan of the Red Team talked about plans he has for his team.
At halftime, they're trading Michael to my team. So I'm going to have Scottie, Michael, Horace, BJ, and Kukoc all on the same team. We're going to start the second half that way.
Jordan will play on the white team, coached by all-time great Mr. Cub, Ernie Banks.
It's an opportunity to be with these outstanding athletes and to see them play and perform, and above all, it's for a great cause, Push Excel.
Ameritech, which sponsored the event, presented a check to Scottie Pippen.
We presented a check for $175,000 to the Scottie Pippen Foundation and Operation Push Excel.
With Coach Dan Rowan guiding the team and Jordan seemingly back to his old form, passing and shooting and scoring, tonight's game turned out to be a thriller. Well, I can only say that this was a truly thriller. I think everyone really got their money's worth. The crowd, as I said, was on their feet most of the night. They're now beginning to file out of here. The game lasted much longer than they had anticipated because they didn't have many fouls, although Coach Dan Rowan did get a technical foul for throwing his coat on the floor at one of the calls by the referees. I think that was staged, though. But it was just a great evening. Everyone had a lot of fun. All of the teammates seemed to play well among each other. This was almost an all-star team out here on the floor tonight. So it was a lot of fun, and it was all for a good cause. So live from the stadium, Robert Jordan, WGNU. Sorry you guys weren't here.
Oh, so are we. Thanks, Bob. That Dan is...
It's our charity event this evening.
We're already running late too. Players only, I might add. Scottie Pippen.
Thank you guys for coming out. I really appreciate it. I appreciated that, guys, the media coverage over the game has really hyped the game out. And, say no more, I think Michael really put the icing on the cake for us. He made the game very exciting, as well as the other players, Penny Hardaway. They made this event very special, and, it really makes me remember a lot of the great memories being back in Chicago Stadium, the excitement that the fans brought in. I really appreciate the support that you guys have did, as well as the fans, Ameritech, Ray Clark. It was a lot of hard work, and I'm glad it came out to where this has to be ranked among one of the greatest charity events in the NBA history. Thank you.
Ameritech, Scottie, and you.
Thank you.
Is this the perfect way to close the stadium to end it?
I think it was. I think it was great, having one of the greatest guys ever play in this building, to be able to come back and really have the fans here to cheer the game on, and realizing that this is a charity event, and it just gives you a warm feeling to your heart.
How was it checking MJ?
Well, I've been checking him for 7 years behind the curtain in practice, so it was kind of tough because I didn't want him to embarrass me out on the court. But Michael's one of the greatest players to ever play the game, and it's tough to shut him down. And I realized that throughout my career. I had a lot of fun with him, and I really appreciate him, speaking from a friend standpoint, of him being able to come out tonight and really help me in his charity event.
How much do you think he misses it, Scottie?
I don't think he misses it at all. I mean, he still enjoys the game. He still realizes that he's very dominant in the game, but I don't think he missed playing it. Just speaking with him, he said he enjoyed playing baseball, so I'm sure that's where he keeps his heart right now.
Has he lost anything at all?
Well, I mean, this is the off season, and a lot of guys came out there out of shape, but judging from the last 7 years that I've been competing against him, I can't tell that he's lost anything.
Scottie, could you talk about the way Michael went out? He looks around the stadium, he kisses the floor, and then he just walks off after that.
Well, I think, looking back at Michael's career and all the great things that have happened to him in Chicago Stadium, he knew that was probably his last ball game period, that he can probably really say that, he'll never walk back on a basketball court. And on the other hand, I think the fans should really appreciate the great enthusiasm that Michael has brought to the game of basketball, and especially to Chicago Stadium.
Did he seem tight early on, a little bit nervous? The legs weren't there, a little bit nervous early on, would you say?
No. Maybe you should have been guarding.
I don't think so, no.
As intense about winning as he always has been.
He did. I mean, all the years that I was with Michael, he's always a competitor. He comes out on the court and, he loves to play games where he can compete to see if he can win. And that's the way the game was tonight, and I think that's why it kept the game exciting. I think it kept the fans in it. And as I said, it's probably one of the greatest NBA charity games ever played in, because it was a lot of fun, it was exciting, and the fans really made the game because of their cheering and the noise.
Scottie, what went through your mind noticing with Horace and BJ and Mike out there, noticed this is the last time you walk off this place where you won this championship?
Well, a lot of great memories, having Horace as a teammate, and, being in the situation that I'm in right now, you never know. So, I appreciate those guys really coming out and supporting me. We had a lot of fun, and, if it was our last game together, then, I've enjoyed the past.
Why'd you do it, Scottie?
Scottie, does a game like this get you excited for the season?
It really does. I mean, I think we realize that, how bad our conditioning is, for one, but I think we're ready to get back to playing basketball because basketball is not on, so we don't have any type of entertainment.
In light of what you went through this past season, were you really pleased with the fan support that you got?
Well, I'm always pleased with the fans. I think the fans have been great for me here in Chicago. I've never doubted in my mind that, the fans disliked me here. And, any time I go on the floor, I know I'm going to give 110%, and I think the fans are going to appreciate my work ethics.
Scott, if you had your choice, would you like to stay with the Bulls the rest of your career?
I don't want to really answer that directly, but, my feeling right now is to be happy and play basketball.
Scottie, have you talked to Michael about your situation with the Bulls?
No, I have not. I think Michael realized that, this is a business as well as I do, and that's pretty much totally out of my hands as well as he is.
How about Horace getting booed?
I didn't hear him get booed.
Scottie, talk about your relationship with Tony Kukoc. You guys friends, you get along, you're looking forward to playing with him this fall and winter?
Well, I think if me and Tony didn't agree with one another, or if I disliked Tony, we definitely wouldn't have been able to meet on the court tonight. I think it's all been a lot of hype that, me and Tony disagree with each other. Maybe that I disagree with Tony. I have nothing against Tony. I like Tony as much as any of my teammates. And, I wish all that would be put behind me. I've never been a type of person to hold a grudge against anyone. So why is it that you guys are continuing to try to build it up on one of my teammates?
Do you want to see Michael come back, Scottie, after tonight?
You know which team,
Would it be tough for you guys to play on the same team again, would you say?
No, I don't think it'll be tough. I think it'll be great. Looking at the players that we lost, I would love to have the opportunity to have it back.
One more question, then we got to run.
Will you have this game here next year, but at the United Center?
I don't think I'm going to have it here, but I look forward to trying to have some type of charity event, and hopefully it can be basketball. Hey, I really appreciate you guys. My time is very valuable right now, so thank you.
Scottie Pippen talking right there, and kind of interesting. He says, boy, if Michael would come back, why not? The Bulls could use him. But it was also interesting that he wants to bury the hatchet with, as far as Tony Kukoc goes. He wants people to forget that there might be a controversy there, although when we asked the question, Scottie, do you expect to be with the Chicago Bulls the rest of your career, he'd rather not comment on that. I thought that was very interesting because right now he obviously has a problem with Tony Kukoc making more money and with the trade rumors.
You have to feel for him to a lot of extent because, again, he is the man that brought this team, or helped bring this team, 3 NBA championships, and as we all know, comparable pay for comparable work or whatever, and he says just pay me, that's what he wants, and he said it's very tough for him to see other people getting the money, and he's not, and so, he's, keeping his cards close to his chest right now and pretty much waiting to see how the cards will fall, considering that the season is still several weeks away and the training camps haven't opened up right now. I think we're waiting for who's coming through right now.
Here's Michael himself.
Here, Michael is coming through right now.
Michael and the Reverend Jackson. Michael's stopping with everyone, but we're going to hear from Michael Jordan in just a couple of seconds right here. 52 points again, folks, as Michael's team wins 187-150 in a 48-minute game. Jesse Jackson is going to make some comments at the podium right now. Michael is behind him. And let's hear from Jesse Jackson.
That's it. Let me express on behalf of Push XL, the Reverend Willie Barrett, Chairman of the Board of Operation Push, to Attorney Jeanette Wilson, who's Executive Director, who has been leading marches against violence through the streets of our city and cities across this country, to Jonathan Jackson, who is president of Push XL, and to Michael Jordan. To Michael, to Scott, and all those who played tonight, this is not the first time Michael has been involved in the cause of making a difference in our community. Michael and I have been talking so much tonight about the troubled children of this generation, and they're self-destructing and destroying other people. It's Chicago, it's New Jersey, it's Lumberton, it's across our country. And somehow the reason we want to express particular thanks to Michael, who has seen his responsibility as an adult, as a father, as a husband, as a son, who's known the impact of this self-destructive violence firsthand, lending his talent and time to help generate some resources to begin to really address it. This week in Washington, Mr. Banks, the public schools are closed because parents filed a suit because of fire hazards. If fire hazards and security and asbestos were used as the basis for closing urban schools, most of them would be closed. There's much to be said about second-class schools and first-class jails. For many of these youth who go to these schools are in fact substandard. If they can just get to jail, it's warm in the wintertime, it's cool in the summertime, it's adult supervision, it's organized recreation. In the jails, there are no rims without nets. There's an ample supply of balls, and there's 24-hour medical care. When for our youth, going to jail is a step up, there's something morally decadent about that. We were at Carver High in New Orleans yesterday, the high school of Marshall Faulk, who now plays with Indianapolis, and the youth could hardly stay there because of no air conditioning. There are no jails that are not air conditioned. Therefore, for us, the issue is not 3 strikes and you're out, but rather 4 balls and you're on. For if a crime is heinous enough and the person is sick enough, maybe 1 strike is enough. But fundamentally, we must reclaim our youth and not disclaim them. Prenatal care and Head Start, ball 1. An adequately funded public education, ball 2. A marketable skill, ball 3. 82% of the youth who are in jail are high school dropouts, and a job, ball 4. So tonight we bring, in addition to the joy of the game, that level of sober maturity. We must stop the violence. We must break the cycle of pain. Children in this city have been calling funeral directors, planning their funerals at age 15 and 16. They want to have a beautiful funeral. And they're having babies at the age 14 because they feel that they are old people by age 20. And our society must deal with this epidemic in a systemic way. And so for Michael to be willing to play basketball tonight and to cut public service announcements and make himself available to use his celebrity, to use his stature to help save our children and redeem our society, makes him for us more than a champion on the court, but a hero. Because champions, in the real sense, are the best at what they do in a given sport, and champions ride on the shoulders of the people. But heroes, people ride on their shoulders, and so many people ride on Michael's shoulders, and the fact that he stands up under it with such maturity and such character obligates us in future generations. Michael, we thank you for being the mature adult you are, and the public servant beyond the playing field and the court. Thank you so much.
Well, I'm back in Chicago again. It's been a long time since I've been back, and I think all the people here are more or less sports writers, and I think you don't really understand, and maybe you do, of what Mr. Jackson said just now, and it carries merit, even though I just finished playing a game. I think life and what's happening in our society is not truly a game, it's life, and I think everyone should be committed, as myself and a lot of these participants in this game, to help raise money to try to go to that funds of helping less fortunate people, should take it very seriously and try to make a contribution in whatever way possible. I think the game today was a very good game, but I think it relaxes us away from a lot of tensions that's happening in life today. And I think that's what sports does. But I think sports should never override what true life is all about, and that's helping out each other and more or less giving something back to our community. And I think that was the purpose of everyone here today, and certainly of all the fans that came here. Even though it was my last time, and certainly the longest time that it's been a while since I've been here in Chicago Stadium, and I think that it goes without saying that even with that at mind, I think just coming out and making a contribution to this whole effort means a lot, and I think we all should learn from that. So thanks a lot, and I know you guys.
Obviously, we're having a problem with our audio and video from Chicago Stadium. As soon as we get it back on track, we'll bring Michael Jordan's comments to you after the game. Michael Jordan with 52 points tonight, and what obviously will be his final basketball performance ever at Chicago Stadium, because the Bulls, of course, will start playing in the United Center this November. Question is, will this rekindle the fire in Michael Jordan to want to come back in the NBA? I'm sure Michael will say no, it doesn't. He's committed to trying to learn how to play baseball, and leave it at that. 187-150 was the final score of the game. Michael's team winning, just in case you are keeping score in this thing. We'll take a look at some of the highlights of tonight's game at Chicago Stadium. Michael Jordan back in the big barn for the final time, and kind of wears well, doesn't it? Seeing Michael Jordan on the court at Chicago Stadium has a big smile, because he had always said he never really wanted to play in the United Center. He wanted to finish his career in Chicago Stadium, hitting the jumpers early on, just getting warmed up. BJ and Horace Grant together playing on the team opposite of Michael Jordan, talking before the game. But you might be able to guess who got the biggest round of applause during the introductions tonight. Now, on the other hand, Horace Grant did not get so warm a reception when he was introduced later on. One gets the impression that Horace may have expected that. Of course, his contract with the Orlando Magic still being held up in court, while the court will rule if indeed Horace Grant's contract violates the salary cap. Now, for a little basketball, Michael brings it up the floor, takes the jumper right over Scottie's head, and of course, Michael would tell Scottie exactly how he did it as they were coming back up the floor. Later on, Michael Jordan on the drive. Now, granted, people weren't playing tough defense in this thing, but Michael still goes in for the sweet move. Then, Michael Jordan, maybe the first thing to go when you haven't played basketball in a while is the long-range jump shooting, but obviously didn't bother Michael Jordan there. Knocks down a three-pointer. And then later on, BJ shows that Michael may be a little rusty on defense. Dishes it off to Scottie Pippen for the jam. 187-150, the final score tonight. Michael Jordan shoots 24 of 46 shots from the floor, and gives Scottie Pippen and all the people who organized the game credit. They gave the fans exactly what they wanted. Michael Jordan played all 48 minutes. We've got the feedback from Chicago Stadium. Well, we take that back. We don't have it quite yet. We've got the picture back from Chicago Stadium, Michael talking, but we don't have the audio quite yet. Number 2 scorer in the game tonight, Penny Hardaway of the Orlando Magic. He chipped in 42 points. In case you're wondering about Horace Grant, maybe he's not in shape. Maybe he didn't like the reception he got from the stadium. He was 3 for 10 for 7 points. Now let's go back to the stadium and pick up the comments of Michael Jordan.
Feel like you were back home?
Yeah, I felt I was back home. I mean, I've been gone for a while, and it was good to come back. It was good to see old faces. It was good to feel the support of Chicago. I mean, it's been a while since I felt that support, but I feel that they would respect me as much as I respect them. And I'll do whatever I can to make this city good. I know it's good already, but to help it out and make it better, and do whatever.
How competitive were you out there, Michael?
Excuse me?
How competitive, how serious was it for you?
I'm always competitive. I don't go out there just mess around. I go out there to play hard. I may smile, I may joke, but I'm playing hard. And even though I was kidding with Scottie Pippen, I had some meaning with Scottie Pippen. I mean, what y'all saw today with he and I, it's been going on in practice every day, when I was playing against him. So hopefully he's learned from me as much as I've learned from him, and take it from there.
Excuse
me?
This didn't whet your appetite to come back?
No. I can still do this. I just don't have to do it in front of 676. I can just do it in any gym and with any people that I want to, and that's a rarity freedom.
Michael,
so I love that.
Your progress, the last 2 weeks of the season, you're batting over 300 now. I mean, from the beginning to the end, you as the last 2 weeks of the season, where are you right now?
I'm still improving. To a lot of you guys dismay, I'm still improving. A lot of you guys didn't think I would do what I did. I did it, and I will continue to do it. I believe in myself, I believe in my dream, and I will continue to follow my dream. And naturally, I have pros and cons about what I do, but I believe in what I do. And as long as I'm not hurting anyone and I'm just enjoying the opportunity that America provides for us, I hope, that's all I'm going to do.
What's the possibility of you being a two-sport man?
Huh?
What's the possibility of you playing baseball and a little bit?
I'm a three-sport man. I play baseball, I play golf, I play basketball. I don't see that happening. Lacey Banks.
Mike, what was the symbolism? Can you speak to the gang violence that's played in the city? Can you speak to the youth? Is there some kind of message you can send out right here tonight?
Well, I think as we all understand, it's a major problem. I think to give advice and yet live in a different environment, sometimes it's hard to accept, because I don't live in the environment that they live in. I don't live with the different challenges and the different problems that they deal with day in and day out. So my advice to them is a distant but yet a very faithful and concerned one, is to look to a positive influence nearby who can influence them to do positive things, such as get a job, believing in what they believe in. Don't be afraid to take chances. Don't be afraid to accept trying. Don't be afraid to accept failure too. Because that's going to happen to every American. But you have to be strong enough to go through it. And what my job, what your job, what Mr. Jackson's job is to try to maintain that positive energy, influence as we can, from a distance or even from a close up. And that's all I can do. And I think that for all the kids that respect what I do and respect what everyone else here do, we can only just keep pushing, keep fighting for what you believe in. Hopefully it's in a positive frame of mind. Hopefully it's right and not wrong. And hopefully you reach that dream that you believe in.
Michael, with the fan response the way it was, and everybody's telling you to come back and you know where your heart is, how difficult is it to continue to say no when people ask you?
It's not hard. I think a lot of the times it's more selfish than anything, but it's natural. I think if true friends and true fans understand where I am in my life and what I want to achieve in my life, they understand what I'm doing. They understand what my objectives are. Naturally, you will want certain things, but you don't always get those things, and yet you got to understand it from my point of view. My life has been where I provided for a lot of people, a lot of entertainment, a lot of excitement, and they provided a lot of things for me. But at some point in time, it's got to end. I can't play forever. They know that, and I know that. And I'm just glad that I'm at a state in my life that I can make that choice. Very few people get that chance, and I took it.
Have you set a time frame in your mind on when you would make it to the major leagues?
That happens, You want to do it tomorrow, but it's not always your choice. I realize that, and all I can ask is that I work hard, I'm healthy, and I learn, and I progress. And if you work hard enough, good things will happen to you. That's the ultimate goal, yes. How soon that's going to happen? Only the man upstairs determine that. I just work hard and let things happen for what they are.
Mike, why don't you take one last shot? Why don't you pass it over?
I think this saw enough. I think I've taken a lot of shots. I was tired, really, and I just want to end on a good note. A good note was Scottie Pippen blocking my shot, and it's his house now, it's his place, and I wish him well, and I just hope everybody in Chicago support him as they support me. Everybody make mistakes. I made mistakes, he's going to make mistakes, but as long as he's a part of the Chicago Bulls, I think we all should support him until something else happens. just support the guy.
Michael, when you...
Let me express to you that we're going to end the press conference now. Mike has been generous with his time, broke the rhythm of his schedule with baseball and family to be with us tonight, and to give the alligators time to snap a little bit. You can ask your last question, so you won't go off on me. And so Michael now is free to not play, and we are free to keep urging him to play, so the war continues. Last question. And Michael, you're not going to break our spirit. We're going to keep open. I know. Yes, last question.
Michael, when you were here, you had Scottie Pippen. When you left, Scottie Pippen didn't have a Scottie Pippen. How well do you think he improved that?
Well, I mean, when I first got here, I didn't have Scottie Pippen, the Scottie Pippen that you see now. I mean, you got to realize it takes a process of growth around him. I mean, if Scottie Pippen was a Scottie Pippen when I first got here, we would have had 5, 6 championships. So I think people tend to forget the progress and the growth period and maturity that Scottie Pippen took. And was I a part of that? Maybe, maybe not. But as long as Scottie Pippen's here, Tony Kukac's, the B.J. Armstrong's got to take a period of growth and the maturity before they come to Scottie Pippen that was supporting me. And I think until people realize that, it's going to be a tough time for Scottie Pippen and a tough time for the fans.
Michael, again, for your support in helping us stop the violence and save our children, we're grateful.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
All right,
Michael Jordan, his last hurrah at the Chicago Stadium and the last ever event at the old Chicago Stadium.
You want to get this picture? Lean over this way. Come over this way. Well, actually, I was in Mexico City this morning, and while I was lying in bed early, about 6 a.m. Mexico City time, I watched the Sports Center report that said he's playing. So when I got done speaking, I jumped on a plane and came to Chicago. What else is better to do tonight? Well, I just felt that if it was going to be his last opportunity to play, and particularly in this building with the great support that these people have given over the years, I always loved coming here and being part of a team that was playing or competing against the Bulls, and I was fortunate enough to be able to do it, so it's nice to be here. I think he's still working on his scoring average right now. When he's number one, he hates to give up that spot. Meaning the last game ever here? Well, this building has so many memories, so many great games have taken place, not only in basketball, but hockey along the way, and the concerts, just the memories that have gone on here. And people always wonder, well, what are they going to do with this building when it's all said and done? I'm not sure myself as the outsider what they're going to do with it, but the fact that this is going to be the last event in it, I'm glad that I could be here. Okay. Yeah.
Gary Payton, Chicago Bulls. 151-130 in favor of the white team.
to Burton. Dave Onak to the scorer's table, please. Dave Onak to the scorer's table. Michael on Scottie.
Red team retains.
Here he comes. Michael Jordan.
6:30 to go in the fourth, and he gets on the board.
Michael on Scottie. This is what we wanted to see. King to Penny. Look out. Penny Hardaway. Penny with the steal. He looks.
Michael Jordan.
And then the pass. Here they come. Starks in the corner. Here comes the red. Pippen. Scottie Pippen. Let's hear it for the man. Oh, here it is again. Pippen the D. Welcome, Pip. Welcome, Pip. Starks on the interception. Bird with the slam.
He wants you again, Mike.